What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about other gaming tokens and why bridging them to Hive Engine could potentially be a great way to help onboard many other users, many other crypto gamers from other ecosystems. Now, you can see here that there is already a swap.axs token. So this is for Axie Infinity. And we also do have a Gala token, right? So swap.gala. But as you may have noticed, the 24-hour volume is 0. There's nobody buying or selling. It's just, it is what it is, right? So I would say, obviously, right now, the gaming narrative is hot, but there isn't a lot of, it's not crazy yet. It's not like, ooh, one game popped off and now everybody's looking for other games. It's still, hey, this stuff is coming. These teams are all building individually or on platforms. And ultimately, it's something that could pay dividends in the future if gaming were to get anywhere near as hot as it was in the second half of 2021. Now, here's the thing. I've given, I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan necessarily of Hive Engine, but I do think that they provide a tremendous value overall to the ecosystem. And, my hope is that the only reason I'm not a big fan of Hive Engine is because I just feel like the node issues in Hive, it just keeps going down. It's not as reliable in my opinion, but as as hopefully crypto and these games and Hive Engine start to scale up, there will be better infrastructure that will be put in. Again, I have no idea if that's going to happen. That being said, I think there's still a value in doing this, and I think that was the thinking, way back when Axie or AXS and Gala were added in. I think that probably was at the direction of Aggie. So shout out to Aggie for thinking ahead. I actually think that if we were to continue on that trend, there's a lot of other tokens out there that might be, or in my opinion, would be worthwhile to have. So I'm actually going to go over here. We can look at the top gaming coins, right, on CoinGecko. Immutable X, huge platform. Sandbox, another huge platform, right? Gala, we have Gala already. ApeCoin is trying to set up to be something interesting as well. Illuvium, Ronin, right? Maybe even StepN. Now, actually, the whole reason that this came up was because somebody asked if Prime was available on Hive Engine. And it's like, well, no, not. there's actually no chance that it would be put on there. But that's kind of what spurred the idea for me, because I'm just like, well, if somebody's looking to buy Prime, but they only want to deal with Hive Engine, or maybe Splinterlands is their gateway to Splinterlands is their gateway to just crypto in general, it could be interesting. But what I want to be very clear about is what we're talking about is somebody wants to buy Prime versus actually bring Prime into the game to buy Splinterlands assets. So that is probably going to be the biggest issue with this, if I had to call one out, is that it is a double-edged sword. Because let's say any or all of these or some of these games start to really take off, you could see, massive sell-off, not just in Splinterlands, but like a lot of Hive assets for people trying to jump in and ride the wave on any of these. And you can see, we've gone up, obviously over the last couple of weeks here. Some of these tokens are doing absolutely insane. I mean, Splinterlands is doing well too, right? But if there's ever a pump in another game, then all of a sudden we might have negative exposure to it because people are just like, oh, let me sell my SPS or let me sell my DEC that I'm holding now to ride the Gala wave, right? Or, oh, Gala might do another 2X or Illuvium might do whatever. Now, that being said, I do think that the overall positives outweigh the negatives. Again, this is just speculation, but my guess is the more we have, let me put it this way, the more on-ramps that we have for people to come in and explore. And what I'm trying to get at here is the fact that I think Splinterlands is always going to be, I don't know that it's going to reach the top tier. And I'm not trying to throw shade, right? It's just like a lot of these games have, they're on major chains. They have a lot of, marketing and coverage and backing and all that. So my hope is that Splinterlands can reach there, but right now we're still low, and I think that in the near to mid future we'll continue to be low. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of that traffic then flows from these larger projects into what has potential, and so therefore that's why I'm saying that this is probably a net positive in my opinion, rather than everybody in Splinterlands selling off their assets. In fact, if anything, we have a bunch of Splinterlands maxis, right, that refuse to even like support any other game. So if anything, I highly doubt that major whales would be selling off. It'd probably be a lot of the smaller folks chasing or trading or whatever the case is. Now, the other risk with this, again, it's a risk with anything, but is just the bridge, right? So obviously, Hive Engine, if there's bridge issues, withdrawal, deposit issues, that could always come up, but it's the same for any other kind of bridge that would be created. I just think that if we're able to get this done sooner rather than later, and this is actually not a Splinterlands thing, right? So this would be a Hive Engine thing, but I think it could benefit Splinterlands and the Hive ecosystem overall to create that on-ramp, hopefully. And, you know, if people want to use it as an off-ramp, they can as well. But I just think that with all of these games probably popping off before Splinterlands does, if there's a gaming narrative, people would take their profits from there. Look for the more speculative plays, which, you know, there's a reason Splinterlands is like number 900 something, right, on the list here. So there you go, 986. It's not a top coin. So I would say that there would be a waterfall effect. You know, gravity would pull things downwards, where once, you know, Sandbox, Axie, Gala all took off, sure, SPS would pump a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see people taking profits from that and being like, what are the next games that are going to be out there that have the potential? And when they come in and check out what Splinterlands has done and has been doing and will be doing in the near future, I think people could get excited about that, come in and buy a ton of SPS. So, you know, that's my hope. That's my thought on this. Would love to get your feedback if you think the risks are too high, or if you agree with me and, you know, have other tokens that maybe I didn't mention here. But there's a lot, right? And this would take, obviously, this would take some effort from the Hive Engine team to create. Now, I wonder if maybe we as a community can come together and put something like this, but at the end of the day, whatever it is, I'm not as knowledgeable about Hive Engine, so I want to just be very clear about that. And I don't have anything against the Hive Engine team, right? Like I said, I get nervous. The reason I said I'm not the biggest fan of Hive Engine is because I get nervous every time it goes down, right? Other DeFi platforms, you don't have that issue, but to be able to go in and then see like all your assets at zero because Hive Engine is down or there's a bad node just makes me a little nervous. It's a small chain and therefore carries some risk. And I think it's just important to call that out. But I think that there's a lot of opportunity with Hive. And my hope is that Splinterlands can lead the charge in bringing more developers, more interest, more money, more capital, and just more people in general to Hive as a whole and help it grow as people realize the value of the feeless transactions. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. That is all I have in this video for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.